Welcome to the Gambia. This is the Gambia River, and it flows the entire way from the east of the country all the way to the coastline.
Hi, I'm Will. This is Chris, and we're going to attempt to paddle the entire length of the country. 470 kilometers of stunning landscapes, amazing wildlife, and extreme heat.
I am absolutely
Meeting local communities and coming face to face with hippos. Join us on our adventure as we travel the entire length of the Gambia.
First, I took a bus from the capital city, Banjul on the coast, all the way to Djembe, which is sort of 2/3 of the way up the river. From there, I spent a few days, met my guide, Chris. We loaded the canoe up onto one bus, made it to a town called Basse, where we transferred the canoe and picked up some supplies. After that, we travelled to a town called Koina, very small. It's the last populated area to the east of the Gambia. Every side here is now Senegal. From there, we had to put the canoe in the back of a sort of motorbike trailer thing, which was interesting. But we finally made it, and tomorrow morning we're going to set off. Over there is Senegal, just over there. This river is actually now the border between the two countries. Everything in this direction is the Gambia, and we're going to travel the entire way along it. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. All of this is Senegal, and all of this is the Gambia.
Yeah.
Just started. Now we've got the whole length of the country to go.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit hotter, so I had to put a t-shirt over underneath my cap to protect me from the sun. The sun's no joke, right?
I had completely underestimated the heat here. The temperature was now over 45 degrees Celsius.
Very, very warm.
Very warm and sunny, you know.
We were now finally approaching our first campsite in the West African bush.
Good.
We had to find somewhere to camp on high ground, as we were in hippo territory. As they can weigh up to 1,800 kilograms, they're not exactly the best at climbing.
Just clearing away the camp site. Just packing up camp this morning. very hot last night, had to sleep outside because I was sweating too much. And lots of hippo noise, which makes me a bit apprehensive to get in the water today. But it will be fun.
Sanabanora.
Nice to meet you. And this is the morning catch. Morning catch. These two are fishermen. They've just been out on these boats and caught these fish. It was good. Yeah, the wind is against us. Just seen some spitting cobras behind us. Yeah, don't want to get too close to them.
These were highly venomous forest cobras, and they were everywhere. They are the largest of the cobra species, and their venom can kill in less than 30 minutes.
Mission to get bread now. Just spoken to these people here on this this crossing. Asked where to find it, and it's over this way. So hoping we can find something for breakfast tomorrow. This is you here, yeah?
Yes.
Nice. We are walking up into Fatatenda.
Yes.
Fatatenda to get some bread, I think.
Yes.
Nice to meet you guys. This is how the communities cross from one side of the river to the other. I think this boat actually belongs to the communities, and people just help out, and then they might get some money at the end of the month as like a sort of collection point. But everything here in the Gambia is very much a community-based spirit, and everyone is very happy to help anyone. So it's really nice. Ah, nice, refreshing.
Yeah.
After a long day of paddling.
Sí. Okay. Okay. That's a local. I picking salable. Ah? Yeah. Aka kidu nja jiyo kono. Abaka jiyo tano. Yeah.
Come close here?
I'm not going to swim across, no.
No.
No. It's too difficult.
Si.
Too far.
Mbe video la leteng. Ana na. Melat na. Wala ni ngara undi shumani. Amatin lakini.
We set up our camp at the end of day 2, hopefully away from any cobras or hippos. The heat here in the far east of the country was intense. Keeping myself hydrated had been and would be a constant battle here.
Right, off again. That was a good camping spot. So we have just passed a place with the coolest name.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Limbambulubambo.
Limbambulabambo.
Yeah, nice place, you know.
getting to that point of the day. Probably about 40 degrees now. This last bit has been quite grueling. We've had a long way to go. We've been paddling for nearly 4 hours. So, but we're getting there. En route to Basse, our first big town of the trip. Yeah, and a lot of the banks, apart from the riverside, are completely burnt out, and there's no forest or anything. And as we're speaking, you can see another bit of smoke, another fire further ahead. So yeah, there's lots of bushfires. As soon as you go slightly out, there is no forest at all. Yesterday we arrived in the busy market town of Basse, which is where we are now. Yeah, we managed to get a good night's sleep in a guest house, found a guest house. It was nice to freshen up a bit, had some nice dinner. But when we arrived it was 46 degrees, so a bit too hot to do any filming or anything. But yeah, we are
on the street of Basse, just around the garage. Now heading back to the navies to pick the canoes.
Yeah, we left our canoe at the navy.
Exactly. We're looking forward to see hippos and other stuff.
There might be hippos today, which I'm both very scared and very excited about. But Chris is a master when it comes to avoiding the hippos, so I think we should be good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Looking good.
We might have just heard a hippo in the bushes. There's something making a lot of noise. So yeah, could have been hippo or could have been monkeys, but we're definitely not going to go on land to check. They're going to laugh at the camera on my head. Hey, how are you? Good? Good, how are you? Nice.
Yeah, alright. Good.
Goodbye. Strange, too bad with a camera on his head. In the middle of nowhere. Must look very strange. First hippo sighting. They came up in the distance over there, and now they've dropped back underneath. And my man Chris is just lighting a cigarette, relaxed as anything.
These hippos were relatively far away, which I was quite happy about, but it did make them difficult to film.
As I was filming a tree that had been cut down, we heard voices shouting at us from the bank. It was a man that was actually the one cutting down the trees. It was really funny trying to interview him because we just gave him the GoPro and shouted questions at him from the canoe. English was also his second language, so we'll see how that footage looks. It'd be really nice if you could say your name and what job you're doing.
Yeah. And my name is Aliu, yeah. We are doing wood work. We used to split wood, you know. This is the wood, that's what we are splitting. You see? See the wood? This is our occupation. This is our work. You see, it's a big wood.
What is the wood used for?
The wood,
Yeah, what is it used for?
it's used for when you are making a house. You make boxes.
Sure.
Yeah, it's mainly used for that. Even a boat.
Deforestation is a huge problem in the Gambia. Cutting down trees on such a large scale is devastating for the environment. With temperatures like regularly reaching 45 degrees in the far east of the country, it's just going to make it a lot worse. They're burning down forests for rice field space next to the river that we're seeing all the time. But we have a growing population here that they need to eat, they need to feed themselves. But you know, it's easy for us from European countries or Western countries to say that this is a terrible thing and should be stopped immediately. If you look at the UK, where I'm from, for example, we've already done all of our deforestation. Most of our land is either like urban areas or fields. We've already used like all of the trees and all of the forests to develop economically. And it's a bit rich of us to say to people in different parts of the world that they can't do the same, really. Something does need to be done about it though. It's really not good for the environment. And that's one thing that this country has going for it, is the wildlife, and it'd be a shame to see that go.
Avale ni mamo. Pilaw na dala ni mamo. Cho, mora ma video di. O bendani, ora ma video. Adi ora ma video. Ora ma pa. Ah, de, ade sa, stay.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you guys.
Me, I'm Yankuba Dabo. I'm from Diago Butenda. Yes, I'm the chief of the village, Alcalo. We call it Alcalo in Diago Butenda here. Yeah. But the village have only 3 compounds.
And this here is one compound, yeah?
Yeah, here is the first compound in the village.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And this is where you live?
Yes, I live in here. First time we drink the river.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the doctors tell us that the river water have maybe diarrhea, and then our one family members help us to dip this borehole for us.
Great, so this is fresh water from the ground?
Fresh water.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the pump is from the borehole too?
Yes, no, the pump is from the side,
Mm-hmm.
and the borehole also is side.
Okay.
This one is normally well. This also we use it for water before. But all this is not normal.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we find this borehole to put
Sure.
it. So the borehole is serving all the village now.
Great.
My name is Sekou Kante. I live in Diabutendaya. I born in 1953.
1953, wow.
1953, yes. What was my birthday?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. I'm a gold and silver smith. It's my father's father.
Your father's father?
Yes, my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
We are gold and silver smith.
Mm-hmm.
Since I don't know how.
A long time.
Long
time.
Yes.
Nice. And this is where you work?
Yes, this is what is my work.
Who do you sell it to?
To the markets.
The weekly markets.
Sure.
Sare Bojo, Same, Sarengai.
Mm-hmm.
We have weekly markets.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, thank you. It's very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We are welcome.
I grow banana, groundnut, is that what I grow in the garden, and cucumber. This is cucumber.
Nice.
Yeah.
You waiting for the rainy season?
Yes, we take water from the river and put it before rain season. When rainy season come and help us.
Nice.
Yes, growing up. Yes, before we get our independence,
Mm-hmm.
the first governor live here.
Ah.
He's from England.
Okay.
Do this house here. Since our grandfathers, it's long time, more than 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And toilet, bathroom, village room, and the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I have pumping machine at the river, I want to bring water here and store it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now I'll put my pipes here and serve the garden.
Great.
Yes. This one is my security dog here.
Uh-huh.
I have security dog. It's my security.
It's very sweet.
Hello.
Very aggressive. Look. Very, very scary dog.
Yes.
I was expecting a big dog there.
Yeah. Just started.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
He will be a security dog then.
Yeah, this is my security dog to secure my garden.
Yeah.
Yes.
To make sure people like me don't steal stuff.
Yes. We live like this.
Mm-hmm.
When we get some small money, we'll go and buy hen or chicken and grow it, to buy goat, sheep, leave it until you have cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's
You
that
trade your way up to a cow.
cow.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to the market, when we sell 4 of this, you can have a cow.
Okay. So you're swapping the 4 goats for 1 cow.
1 cow.
Mm-hmm.
When we bring the cow, maybe cow also will grow up. And it's that when the feeding finish at home, we'll carry one and take it to the market, sell it, because we don't have any occupation.
Mm-hmm.
Garden, farming, and growing animals to feed our family.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that we live in here.
Good morning. We've just woken up and we're on a rescue mission today. There is a crossing boat that's engine isn't starting and it's drifting away with the tide, so we're going to go rescue it. Mission success.
Mm-hmm.
They are now all on the bank after a lot of paddling from Chris. Good job.
Thank you.
The water's quite calm now, but for the whole morning so far we've been paddling against quite a strong wind. We always seem to be getting unlucky with that. We have seen quite a lot of animals recently. Yesterday we saw the baboons, hippos, crocodile, other monkeys. Today we've seen the red colobus monkey. Not that I'm great at capturing any of it on film. So in the trees behind us we have lots of monkeys. We're sort of chasing them up the river at this point. But unfortunately on this side of the bank, over here, we have a hunting lodge.
Yeah, hunting lodge is a specific place developed by the French people, almost all over the country. They invite some of the hunters from their own areas in France to come and kill some of the animals this year. They kill birds, some kill hippos and some other stuffs. So it's like they're trying to treat of our nature. So obviously which is not helpful, because due to our nature we embarking on tourism. and other things, you know. So, but they are not coming for tourism. They are just here to kill some animals.
We've just stopped in the shade under this tree for a snack and to get out the sun for a bit. It's definitely going to be over 40 degrees now, so just having a quick break and a snack, an egg.
My wildlife photography prowess continues. Here is a very large brown snake eagle that's almost in focus. I promise I eventually get better at this.
What a beautiful place. It's amazing. The amount of wildlife we've seen is just incredible. Hippos, baboons, monkeys, all sorts of bird life. But paddling in the 45-degree heat every day is starting to take its toll on me, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, one of the nights we had to, well, it was so hot I was sleeping outside and was woken up by a hippo further down the bank making very loud noises, which is slightly anxiety inducing, I'm not gonna lie, but getting back in the canoe the next day was fun. But yeah, it's been great so far. Love this place. The people are the best. They're so nice. I've had such a good time. They're very generous and I'm really looking forward to seeing the rest of the country. Good morning.
Yeah.
We are off again. Let's go. On both sides of the bank, we have monkeys jumping through the trees now. Very cool. You can hear them over there. Another hippo sighting just behind us. Very, very briefly popped its head out before sinking back underneath. Probably got a speck of a hippo on film there. And I think that's enough for me. I don't want to get any closer. They are huge, absolutely massive animals.
It's a big, big one.
That was big.
Yeah.
It's just so creepy not knowing where it is. Those waves, they sound like hippos sometimes in the distance. Oh, it's scary stuff, but fun. And we're just seeing lots of baboons in these palm trees behind us. Very, very cool.
Bushfire is based on certain circumstances, you know. Some of them will be there cleaning their farm. Unfortunately, they could not control the fire, you know, based on the winds that blow within certain time of the year. So some other people who deliberately just start a fire is different. So the next minute what they do is to clear the whole environment by setting up fire. So if wind suddenly blow, they can get control of the fire. So this is why most of the time, we always experience bushfire during the dry season, here.
And this is the habitat for all of the monkeys and baboons we've just seen. It's incredible being so close to these animals. And because of the way we're traveling, we are not disturbing them at all. Because of the fires, all of the monkeys have come to the riverbank because the rest of the forest has been burnt in this area, which is obviously bad. But it does mean we're seeing them quite a lot. Well, what a day we've had so far. It's been like a safari day. Well, we're constantly seeing red colobus monkeys chasing them through the trees. We've seen the palm nut vultures and the baboons climbing the palm trees, fish eagles. We even saw a very small, very rare bird called the finfoot or something. Yeah, called the finfoot. And to top it all off, we saw a very large hippo from a respectable distance, which is good. But we're not far from our campsite now, so a lot of relaxing to do, which I'm looking forward to. This man up here is tapping the tree to make palm wine. It's a long way up.
We had now covered 170 kilometers, and we had 300 more to go before we would reach the Atlantic Ocean. But for now, we were approaching Georgetown, or Djembe to the locals, a town located on an island in the river.
Djembe here, the local market here, but it's only the daily market, from 8 to 2, some people they will go home and make lunch for their families. this is how they get their money here, you know. And our school fees, everything. You can see that this small table here. This is how we survive, you know. Yeah, we will take a boat and cross for a ferry here with my friend, you know. To go and see the stone circle. We will go to the other side, you know. Normally, what I understand, I think when you come here, before you leave, you have to take one stone and put it on top of the big stones.
We spent the next couple of days exploring the island town of Djembe and getting to understand the issues that the people that live here deal with every day.
Here in Djembe, too many children cannot afford school fee, books and uniform, and some even go to school hungry.
Hi, my name is Alaji Juara. I'm a teacher at Methodist Lower Basic School. I teach maths and English. We face a lot of constraints here because at times we don't have food. When we lack food in the school, we find it difficult to have a lot of people in the school because most of the kids here is the place where they find food to eat. We are lacking stationeries. That is the books, pencils, colors.
The rice field belongs to the community. The community contribute so that they can make something and get for their feeding. Here is the sources of living. Because here in the Gambia, we don't have factories, we don't have nothing. We only have farming. You farm, that's what you eat. If you don't do it, survival is a problem. We need a tractor because you see there is a lot of fields that are not yet plowed. It's because of what? Tractor is not available. We don't have tractor that will plow it. We definitely need a tractor.
The community here needs help, so we're setting up a charity to invest in crucial infrastructure that is currently missing in Djembe, employing local people and running services at a low, affordable cost. The profits will be used to pay for school fees, uniforms and books for children who can't afford to go to school, and to provide food to the most vulnerable, so that they're not trying to learn on an empty stomach. We would be incredibly grateful for any donations. We said goodbye to the island and set off once again for a bit of a safari.
So just past the boat here. So we've seen probably over 100 baboons, maybe even more than that today. And it's very funny because there were baboons on the bank on the left and the boat coming in the distance. And I was finding it more interesting to look at the boat because of how many baboons we've seen today. There is nothing else on the river apart from us. But they've said that there's hippos about a mile this way. So let's brace ourselves. Do you have your anti-hippo spray?
Yeah.
The guys on the boat told me to stop slacking and put my back into it a little bit. So yeah, let's do that. So we did see the hippos at a safe distance, which was great. Nature is beautiful at a safe distance.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so excited. Get in! I don't know, maybe like 400 meters away from us or something. Excited, man. If for some reason you wondered how I was charging my stuff whilst camping, here you go. So this is how I'm charging my camera batteries.
Yeah.
I'm here with my new friend Lamin.
Yeah.
And he's going to show me his village.
Yeah.
What's the name of the village?
Yeah, the name of the village is Barajali, no?
Barajali.
Yeah, Barajali 10. It's almost to roughly, 100 plus.
100 plus people living here.
Yeah, 100 plus people living in it. Yeah.
And we
It's
have more
roughly-
friends.
The one, is the founder of this compound.
Yeah.
Is the landlord.
The landlord of the whole compound.
Yeah, the whole compound.
Ah, nice.
And this is my house.
Oh, nice.
This is a boy's house.
Yeah. The
Boys' house are always rough.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
This is your house, yeah?
This is my house,
Yeah.
And here is the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
The backyard is super. Yeah. Normally here, we normally take only shower here.
Ah, shower, okay.
Only
Okay.
shower, yeah.
How do you shower? Do you have a like a bucket or something?
A bucket shower here. We take
Yeah,
a bucket
nice.
shower, yeah.
Nice.
Just fill a bucket and a cup.
Yeah.
You take a cup,
Yeah.
you dip it inside, and you pour it on your head.
I've just been washing in the river for the last few days. Lamin's now got to go break his fast because it's 7:15. Yeah. All the kids here keep wanting to touch my skin because it's different.
You're welcome. You're welcome, William.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, again, everyone here in the communities are just so nice upriver. Time to head back and cook some food, call it a night. Morning. Didn't sleep very well last night because at this point of the river there's too many mosquitoes to keep the tent door open, which means that you have to have it shut, and probably like 35 degrees when we were going to sleep, and it's a bit of a sweat box in there. It's just like absolutely soaking. As soon as you start to sleep well, then at 5 AM the call to prayer goes off, wakes you up again. So yeah, still excited for today though, but yeah, that wasn't a good night's sleep, and I think it's going to be like that for the next few nights of camping. Behind me is Baboon Island, home to the chimp rehabilitation project. We've left our canoes over this way, and we're just having a tour with the park rangers at the moment.
Chimpanzees. This species was here before, and we lose this species maybe due to our grants. So we have 2 ladies which brought back them. Okay, they started the project with 8 chimpanzees. They took those chimpanzees from Nyokolokoba, Senegal, 1 from Guinea-Conakry, 1 from Liberia, 3 from Belgium, and the rest are born on the island. So 19 was finally released, but right now we have 146 in 4 social groups. And we feed them once a day, that's afternoon time, just to monitor them. They can even survive themselves without our food. Chimpanzees, they are omnivores. They are like us. So we see a 98 point with our DNA. So these are the 3 islands where the chimpanzees live in the national park. We have 5 islands, but the chimps, they live on the 3 large ones, divided into 4 social groups. And in chimpanzees, like in our here, chimpanzees female move at an age, male, they remain in their natal group.
Sure.
Yeah, we have 3 female chimpanzees, which we are born in another family, and then they move to the other group, and they are accepted, they are even given birth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're off in the canoe again. Didn't see any chimpanzees on the little tour, but maybe we'll see some as we're paddling around the islands again a bit more quietly. We just heard a hippo as well, so Might see some more, who knows. How close are we to that hippo? You saw all the bubbles of where it was, and it hasn't re-emerged since. So, yeah, we were quite close to that one. We think we can hear them moving through the trees, but we can't see them. Yeah, we were pretty close to them just then, but there was no way of seeing them. The vegetation is very thick and they're a little bit far away. Just saw another hippo come up and then see us and then sink. Maybe we should head around it. At the moment we're heading straight at where it was.
You can probably tell that close proximity to wild hippos makes me incredibly nervous.
We are now about in the area where it sank underneath. I hope we don't scare it. Yeah, I can see it moving. Wow. Wow. That is a hippo, and it's massive. It's coming towards us, and it's gone under. Oh, it's a baby with it. We need to go away from it, I think. We were drifting straight into that hippo, looking for chimps, and they had a baby, so I'm glad they prefer hiding than fighting. We were tracking them for a while, we could hear them, and after avoiding a few hippos, did manage to see a couple of chimps, which is great. Very lucky. Nature is unpredictable, but we did manage to see them. Ticking the animals off the list slowly.
We had survived the hippos, and were now on our way to find some more ancient stone circles.
So welcome to Wasu Stone Circle site. The Stone Circle sites are burial sites for ancestors who were here 500 BC before the Christ, about 2,000–3,000 years ago. We believe they caught wooden stick rollers, they lay on them, they start rolling them. Until today we can see them standing as a tangible artifacts. Wasu is the village, the site is named after the village. And also here has the tallest stone. This is confirmed by the researchers that is the king that was buried here. That's why it's unique, taller than all the stones in the whole area. They did this as a triangular shape to show this is how they dug their grave, facing from east to west direction, and they laid them, their people, on their backs, flat, and also they are buried with their belongings, materials, and this is in the center of the circles. So we believe 170 people were buried here, because that's the number of stones found here.
People, yourself included, when they come here, sometimes see a light.
Yes, sometimes in the night, they see the light.
See a light, like a spiritual light.
It's a spiritual light, because if you are coming towards the light, it becomes small and it finally goes.
You can never reach it.
No,
it will
you can
disappear.
never get close to it. It goes. Yes.
So it's a spiritual site, and I'm now going to make a wish by placing a rock on top of one of the circles. There we go. Done. And I've done my wish. But I think it's bad luck to tell people your wishes.
We were making very good progress. As we reached Kuntawa by river and Wasu by motorbike to see the stone circles. But there was still a very long way to go.
Good morning.
Morning.
You doing lifts to Kudang?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
On the expedition.
Nice, nice. Oh no. So we have some big news. We have just passed the halfway point of our trip, but it does mean a few things. The water is going to start changing from fresh to salty as we get closer to the sea. We've got some mangroves popping up now, so yeah, indicating more salty water. The wildlife is going to shift. I think there's going to be less hippos, and the tides are going to start getting stronger. Soon it's going to be impossible to paddle against the tide. We're probably more into the challenge of the trip, more into the potentially some difficult stuff nearer the sea. How are you feeling, Chris? Halfway?
Good, halfway, you know, I'm so excited, you know. Just excited about, getting into the salty water.
What's interesting now is that Chris is now kind of starting to get a bit unfamiliar with paddling on these waters. So this is all going to be a new experience for Chris too.
Yeah.
So it's going to make it more of an adventure, more exciting, because we really don't know what's going to happen from now. And we don't know how well the canoe's going to hold up in the waves. So this is a problem for another day. But yeah, spirits are good. We are over halfway.
Yeah.
Just pulled up at a tender. How are you feeling, Captain Chris?
So excited about the trip, and you?
I feel tired and burnt. But yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, but it will be alright at some point, you know.
We were now over halfway along our journey, and the river was changing. We had started to paddle into unknown territory.
Last night was pretty fun. It was the end of Ramadan, so everyone was celebrating. There were big pots of like shared food and stuff around the fire. But this morning, I woke up. My first thought was, oh, is the tide up yet? Do we need to start paddling? I think it's quite important to step back from it at times. Like at the moment, I'm in a remote fishing village surrounded by rice fields on the river, and I think it's nice sometimes to try and get yourself out of the state of thinking about, oh, I need to paddle, and just try to enjoy this, because this is a crazy experience. heading into the mangroves so I can go to the toilet. There are literally no banks here, so this is our best chance. Every day when we arrive at wherever we're going to, we have this sort of period of the day where we just exist and do nothing else because it's too hot. It was 40 degrees when we got to this place, so yeah, we've just been set up here just sort of existing briefly. It's been a slow day today. We didn't really go that far. We went like 20 kilometers and we've got 34 to do tomorrow, so a bit of a longer one. If you're wondering what a standard dinner might look like for us whilst camping, there's lots of this to be had from the river that we can buy off locals.
That evening we were kindly invited to stay in someone's room close to the river. We were not going to turn down a night with a fan.
See you later, guys. Thanks for having us stay.
Yeah, thank you. Goodbye, have a nice trip.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's time to go.
Yeah.
One very exciting thing about today is you'll be able to see behind me and Chris, we have cloud cover for the first time, which means I'm not going to get as hot and I'm not going to burn. It's a bit windy. Could you tell us about the hippo incident yesterday?
Yeah, the hippo incident was not that serious, simply because the time I saw the hippo, was so close, less than 2 meters, So, but they are not harmful, If you don't trouble them, they don't trouble you. So life goes on,
Basically, there was a point where Chris started to change the angle of the boat, okay? And I asked him if we were going to cross the bank, and he was like, no. And then later on in the day, like after we'd finished, maybe even 2 hours after we'd finished, Chris was like, oh, did you see the hippo today? I was like, no. He was like, yeah, it was very, very close. He was like, do you remember when we turned direction? Yeah, that was to avoid a hippo.
Yeah.
So it came up behind me and sort of very near Chris, less than 2 meters away from him. And I didn't even notice at all. So that was definitely the closest we've been by a long way. If we get any closer to that, you could pet it.
Yeah.
You could tap it on the head.
That would be dangerous.
Chris deliberately didn't tell me because if he told me, I might have turned around and spooked it or something.
It's too muddy.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, it's too muddy.
Yeah, it's Bambali.
Bambali.
Benachin is a wall of name. It's a wall of word. means one pot. Cook with one pot. So that's what we call benachin, you know.
Another day, another stunning campsite. Mentally now, it's getting a little bit tougher to paddle. The river is a lot wider, there's more wind, there's more waves, there's less wildlife along the way to keep you entertained. So it's getting a little bit of a mental challenge as well as the physical now. With the medic and the community ambulance.
Yeah, ambulance.
Thank you. Thanks. Around the clinic.
Yeah, around the clinic. Yeah.
So does the government fund this?
Yeah.
The government pays for this one?
Yes, government is sponsored.
Sure,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
But the funding from the government is severely lacking.
Yes, this is a toilet. At the same time, the pregnant women are using it. It cannot be done because we see that it have already started to be full. So therefore, you have to go back home to urinate and put into the pots. So you come and show it to the nurse. So at this time, we are seeking for donation for this area to be made. Pregnant women cannot be jumped this and go inside the toilet. And this also is a toilet.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not fit for purpose. It's not good.
It's not good. It's
No.
for the fall.
Good morning. We are on our way again. This time we're aiming for the Gambia Bridge. A huge bridge that crosses the river, connecting the north and south bank of the country. Tell you what, our sweat glands are getting a good workout today. It is boiling now. Look at this guy's face, man.
Sweating, you know, seriously. Because no wind blows, nothing is, you know, all the environment, you know, is just steady.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely no wind.
Yeah.
And there's constantly salt in our eyes now.
Yeah.
Either through sweat or the actual water going in our eyes. So, yeah. I'm usually quite good with the drone. I don't fly when there's other animals in the air nearby as much as I can. But just now, nearly had an incident with a bird of prey that I didn't see at all. Dived down and attacked the drone, but didn't come into contact with it. It was a close one for both the bird and the drone. Could have hurt the bird, and the drone could have gone straight into the river, so quite lucky with that one. You might be able to see the bridge faintly in the distance there. It's about 4 kilometers away, and I'm tired, so let's just try this, see if this works. Ah, that's better. We have set up a sort of makeshift camp here at Bambatenda, which literally translates to crocodile crossing point. But since the bridge has been built, the Senegambia Bridge, this place has been left to ruin. So we're currently in the waiting room for the ferry terminal, setting up a fire. But yeah, this place is falling apart now. There's nothing here. Chris said that There were vendors the whole way along this road before, but now the bridge is taken over. So there's no business, nothing here. So this is what's left of the toilets here, the toilet situation. Look absolutely horrendous. Still probably what I'm gonna have to use later. It's, despite everything, probably better than the alternative of just the outside. I don't even know what this place is. I mean, seen better days, that's for sure. Let's have a look at the office. My office now. Oh my god! Not my office, apparently. That scared me so much. Out of all the animals that I've seen in the Gambia, hippos, spitting cobras, the only one that's actually scared me is a f***ing pigeon. Good morning. It's 8 AM and the tide has changed, so we're off. The river is definitely changing now. We've been paddling past loads of jellyfish so far all morning, but at the same time still seeing kingfishers hunting, fishing.
I was exhausted after several hot, long days in a row, and I was starting to feel ill. I needed something to perk me up.
So, we've just seen dolphins. First time I've ever seen them, and I'm so excited. I won't lie, I am absolutely f***ed. So exhausted. I've gone really lightheaded now. I know I need to drink water, but drinking water makes you feel sick. I'm starting to get like shivery, even though the temperature must be in the high 30s right now. We have to get to where we're going because there's literally nowhere else to stop. So we, you just got to do it. Got to do it. There's not really much else we can do. This day has been absolutely mind crushing. Every single bit of the river we've done is pretty much a dead straight line for just endless kilometers, it seems. So when you're paddling, it doesn't feel like you're getting any closer, and when you're not feeling good, it's not easy. It's really not easy.
Hello. So, update. We arrived here at 1 o'clock in Tendaba to the guest house, and by 1:30 Chris and I were asleep, and we did not get up until 8:30 the following morning. I think we're both a little bit ill. I don't know what's happened, but it's not good. But yeah, yesterday absolutely killed us. I mean, we must have eaten something bad the day before, but yeah, paddling in that heat, yeah, that was just too much. We spent the next couple of days recovering. And trying to hold down all the food that we ate. It was a good chance for us to take in what we had already achieved. And a good opportunity for us to plan the rest of our trip, which would have to include a potentially dangerous crossing of the river of over 10 kilometers.
Wow, man. He's gonna go in.
That evening, I was lucky enough to spot more dolphins from the shore.
So I rushed to get the drone, came back, had to wait because there was a bird of prey very close to us, so I didn't want to make the same mistake again. And once it flew off, I took off and I got some really good shots. I'm really happy with them. But when I tried to bring the drone home, the bird had gone back to its original position, not that far from me. I tried to bring it round at an angle where it wouldn't bother or notice it. But as I was coming, I saw it fly off directly at the drone, and I was still over the water and I was a bit worried. So I had to make evasive action towards the nearest land. It was quite funny because as I was flying, I was watching it in real time, not on the actual drone controller because I could see where it was. And every 5 meters, it would gain extra ground on the drone. So it was quite nerve-wracking. We're both starting to feel a bit better. I'm not shivering anymore. I think we should be okay to start again tomorrow. Finally, we are off. We are paddling now, or at least Chris is, away from Tendaba where we were recovering from 2 illnesses. Yeah. What do you think made us ill?
I think it was the mango, unripe mango, that we were eating, But the chemical they use on it was the one that affects the stomach, I guess.
Life jackets now on, as the waves, we had a few of them that were relatively big. So yeah, we are in big water, It does make the seat a lot less comfortable, which is making the bruises on my arse a lot worse already. But yeah, it does make you feel a little bit sick paddling through this over and over again. Which is great on the recovering stomach. Oh well. I didn't pack any seasickness tablets or anything because I am an idiot. I started today really excited to get going again, and ending the day just trying not to throw up. Oh, every time I'm paddling now I just feel like shit. First day back after being ill, and it made me ill again. It's been another one of those days where you arrive somewhere and it's just 43, 44 degrees, so you can't really do anything. You just turn up, you just find some shade, we're at in the shade of this baobab tree right now, and we just basically sit here until it gets a bit cooler.
So from now onwards, we say in Banjul people, we are on our way coming, So expect us with full force.
Yeah, we're coming for you, Banjul. Yeah. We're coming for you.
insulting. I was just lying down resting. We're now waiting for the tide to turn so we can be on our way, just relaxing a little bit.
Yeah.
Both feeling good now. Both feeling good, and it's flat.
Yeah.
No waves to be seen. We go slowly.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Domanding.
Domanding,
yeah.
This is how Chris lives his life, man. Thank you. See ya. Oh, look how calm it is. So nice.
I like that.
We were finally feeling good and had calm water in front of us. The river was really starting to widen up, and we were on our way to Komoto Point. Having covered 400 kilometers already, and with only 70 left to paddle, it was time to finish off the mission. We had made it to Komoto Point, about 70 kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean.
After this point here, there's not really any land protection from the Atlantic Ocean, so the waves could get potentially quite big. At the moment, it's quite flat, but that could change very easily.
Here, all we decide is to talk to one of the boat captains to be a backup, backup support behind us, to in case of any emergency that might occur. Who knows what might happen? Even in a minute, tides can change. And
I mean, this river, like later on, is more than a 10-kilometer crossing point, like from bank to bank, which is huge. I mean, that takes us like an hour and a half. So if something goes wrong out there and we've got no backup, no support or anything, then, could be game over. And we'd quite like that not to happen. Yeah, we're gonna get a fisherman's boat or something, put our stuff on it, have them follow us behind, so if we do capsize, we'll just be fine. Our stuff will be dry, we'll be wet and miserable, but at least at least we'll be safe and we'll do the trip in the same boat. So that's the plan anyway. That is potentially the biggest fish I've ever seen.
Whoa!
Jesus. How do I put it like? That's crazy. That was your catch?
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations, man. Went to the local really small shop just to buy a drink or something, and they gave us some food, like a whole meal. A spicy fried rice with oysters. This town here is like pretty well known in the Gambia for its oysters. There are absolutely loads of them around.
This one is a raw one. It's not yet cooked, but the other one is already cooked.
The raw oysters are then cooked over a large fire before they are shucked.
Because this boat is not belong to them. They used to rent the boat. They will go and pay the owner of the boat. So they need a help who can sponsor them to have their own boat. If they have their own boat, you will see that they will a very good income there.
The next morning we were gifted these prawns and oysters from the morning catch. And after our delicious breakfast, we had to buy some fuel for our support boat.
This is 1 liter. Yeah, 1 liter. Then the local petrol station.
Yeah.
But my intention in future, if I can able to have a very good business, so that business record keeping is very important in business.
That's my job back home.
Yeah.
I'm an accountant. Yeah.
You're an accountant?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So this is what I do.
Yeah, Williams, you are a very good man. I appreciate you.
Our support boat lasted for about 200 meters. They turned around to go get stuff to make tea. So we're on our own again. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Nice,
We were now approaching Kunta Kinte Island. The fort that had been built here was used by the British during their colonial occupation during the West African slave trade.
When you pull up to the island, as we're paddling towards it, it's really stunning. It's got the old fort, it's got lots of baobab trees. It looks amazing, and it's such a stark contrast to the absolute atrocities that occurred here. The conditions people would have been kept in would have just been absolutely horrific. It's really difficult to imagine. When it rained, this filled up with water, and that's what the slaves used to drink.
So how many men you assuming to be packed here? Over 40, 50 or 60 people inside here. So after packing them inside here, the only thing they could help them with is food. This is where they pass them their food. And when the food comes in here, it's like survival of the fittest. If you are not fit, you don't make it. So only the strong ones survive. At some point, high tides come. All down might be full of water. Water will be over your knees and stuff, like that. So this is how most of them lives here. So escaping from this point here, who would ever do it? To swim over how many kilometers? This is about 3 or 4 kilometers away. So swimming, without good food in your stomach, how best would you do it? Next minute you sink in the river. And when they have some weapons standing around, when they see you going, they make a gunshot. And eventually you die.
But the island will not be around forever. Much of the original fort has already been lost, and in 3 generations, the river is expected to rise, swallowing it completely. Preserving this island's history is necessary to ensure that the mistakes of the past are not forgotten.
So just about to leave, 2 days to go. This is our support boat here. Man's loading it up now. You ready, Chris?
Yeah, man. Ever ready.
Nice beach we're on, actually. Definitely feels like the sea now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does feel like the sea and no longer a river.
No.
We have potentially a difficult crossing, which is why we have a support boat, in case we capsize. Let's go get it, man. Let's go get it.
Yeah, no way, man.
All we could hope for was a gentle crossing. But unfortunately, we didn't get one.
Oh, God. Here we go. Canoe isn't the most elegant in these waters, getting absolutely slapped about at the moment. We're just paddling in a straight line basically, just getting absolutely battered. Yesterday, we f***ed up. Right, our first mistake was that we underestimated the crossing of the river. We were getting continuously battered by the waves. 5 hours of non-stop paddling, no breaks, getting absolutely battered. Next mistake was that we forgot to get food. So we had to go into a town that was pretty far back from the river. And our last mistake, which was by far our biggest mistake, was disturbing the army. So we accidentally pulled up to a jetty for a fuel depot that was guarded by security and also the army. They made us paddle backwards to where we've already come from, wouldn't let us camp near the river, told us off a little bit. You know, the guy with a gun came to say hello. So basically we then had to take our bags and our tents and stuff and walk all the way into town to find somewhere to sleep. We had no actual cash with us either, no food, 1 bottle of water, but we survived. And as a result, we now have quite a long walk this morning back to the boats. So here we are. Made it to the boat, nothing's been stolen. Stopped by the army again briefly, but we're about to head off for the last 15 kilometers of the entire length of the Gambia. It's time to finish this. It's time to finish this.
Yeah, time to finish.
The hippos, they couldn't stop us. The spitting cobras, they couldn't stop us. Paddling through the 45, 46 degree heat, did that stop us, Chris?
No.
No, it didn't stop us.
Nothing can stop us.
The wind didn't stop us. The tides didn't stop us. Could the army stop us?
No.
Yeah, but also they didn't stop us. Food poisoning, that couldn't stop us.
No.
It halted us, but it didn't stop us. Nothing is stopping us from paddling the whole length of the Gambia. I feel like I'm going insane.
Celebration.
Come on.
Celebration time.
yes. The nerves every time. As we're so close, I thought I'd go for a swim. It's not exactly deep here. Come back. Coming into the creeks now. We are done with the big river. Get in!
Whoa!
We didn't even make it. We got beached.
We made it.
Wow, what an adventure that was. I can't quite believe what we've just done. We've just paddled the length of the Gambia, an entire country, from the Senegalese border to the Atlantic. To the best of my knowledge, we are the third trip, the third expedition to paddle the full length of the country, and I am the youngest to do so. It's not been easy at times. Paddling for hours and hours every day is tough work. We've suffered paddling through 45-degree heat. Days against the wind that just seemed endless. Food poisoning and everything in between. We've slowly seen the river transform, and with it, the country. From jungles to grasslands. From mangroves to wetlands. The wildlife has blown me away at times. Travelling quietly and slowly has enabled us to get so close to so many amazing animals. But what will stick with me are the communities that we passed through that made my trip so special. Life can be tough here, but the people have been so consistently generous and just gave so much. Every day we've been met with acts of kindness and generosity that go beyond hospitality. If you want to help any of the communities that I pass through, please get in touch. Trips like this are completely unique, a collection of moments in time that just can't be replicated. This has been a dream of mine for years, and I didn't even know if it would be possible. But I do now. If you really want to do something, just go after it. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.